My name is Alex. You probably don't know me, but if you do, this might be as a person who is like very obsessed with logs and yapping about logging all the time. If you ask a question about logging on Elixir forum, I take it personally. So yeah, be aware. And today we're going to talk about logging. Yes, exactly. And more specifically about a library called DiscoLog, which allows you to send logs from your Elixir application directly to Discord. If it sounds like a bad idea, we'll get there. But yeah, this library has a whopping 600 downloads on Hex, so I'm on my personal crusade to make it more popular. So yeah, let's talk about it. But first of all, who here works with Elixir like full-time at your day job? That's a good ratio, actually. Yeah, so, oh, I remember you, hey. Yeah, so whenever I come to an Elixir like meetup, a lot of people just like not working with Elixir, but they are doing like pet projects, hobby projects, they're learning Elixir. So I tried to make a presentation for them. So yeah, you're in luck. If you don't work with Elixir at work, you're in luck. So logging. This is dev logging. I'm sure you all know and love it. You know how it looks like. It has its own problems, and we're not gonna fix them today. We're not gonna talk about dev logging. So let's forget about that for now. How else logging can look like? Well, when you deploy your app, you usually export your logs somewhere. Google Cloud, AWS, what is it, CloudWatch, Datadog if you have infinite money, Axiom, I think, one of the newest products. Anyway, there is also a class of error tracking solutions. So Sentry, WebSignal, Honeybadger, PostHog has error tracking now. All the good stuff. These are all very good if you like do it for work. If you are like a hobbyist, if you have like a pet project, these are not ideal, mostly because they are paid, right? Even if they have free tier, it's always like it's most of the time very limited. Either you are limited by the number of your collaborators, or you're limited by the number of projects, or you're limited by the number of events or whatnot. Anyways, you're gonna hit a limit at some point. So a lot of the time, if you're working on like a small project, you don't want to create a Sentry account. You want something simpler and smaller. So what is this middle solution, right? For me personally, I host my project on the VPS, like a small $5 VPS. And whenever I want to check logs, I would SSH into it, go to the release folder, and just cut my logs. It works, but it has like a number of drawbacks. The biggest one, in my opinion, is that in order to check logs, you need to want to check logs. And you usually want to check logs when your app is not working or something like went wrong and you expect to see any errors there. So not ideal. So what can we do about this? This is what DiscoLog is supposed to solve. This is the repo. As you can see, I am not the author. The author is another cool guy. Yeah, check this repo out, maybe give it a star. So what DiscoLog does is that it allows you to send logs directly to Discord. And why this is a good idea? Because Discord is surprisingly close to a logging logging product. I'm sure you all know what Discord is, but let's kind of just refresh. Discord is a chat app, completely free. What you can do there is you can create servers, also known as guilds. On these servers, you can invite other users. You can create channels. Those channels can be text channels, voice channels, forum channels. Some of those users that you can invite can be bots. Bots have API tokens. They can be programmatically controlled through the API. The servers also have search. That's enough of a building blocks for a logging solution, right? And moreover, Discord is a chat app. It means it has a mobile application that you probably already have installed. It has notification settings. You can mute channels, you can unmute channels, you can mute channels for 1 hour. You can receive push notifications from it. It's great. So can we build a logging solution on top of Discord? Of course. So yeah, this is the part where I'm going to describe what you can exactly expect from the DiscoLog. But before that, you'll have to set it up. So if you want to check DiscoLog, you will have to go to the Discord developer portal, sign up, create a bot user, get your API token, and that's basically it. It takes like 5 clicks, 1 minute of work, but this is the setup that you need to do. DiscoLog does not come with existing bot. You'll create your own. So yeah, DiscoLog. What will you see if you enable it for your projects? DiscoLog introduces a concept of 3 channels, 2 of them being text channels called error and info. They are exactly what it is like on the label. Error is for error level logs, info is for info level logs. This is how they look like, more or less. The log message goes directly into the chat message. If you export any logger metadata, it will be attached as either file or like code formatted, like code snippet. And on the desktop, you will have like fairly good experience. There's going to be syntax highlighting. On mobile, it's not as great. It's going to be like a file attachment, which you will have to download to see. But like, who browses logs on mobile anyway, right? So desktop is king, and the experience is great. So this is for like normal text logs, like migrations are up, plug received the connection, stuff like that. The more interesting part is occurrences. Occurrences is a concept that DiscoLog introduces. Discord has this special type of channels called forums. Forums are not like normal chat channels. They consist, like they're like Reddit basically. You can create threads on forums, and these threads can be created, deleted, resolved. They can have comments. So DiscoLog uses these forum channels as an error tracking solution. So whenever a new unhandled error happens in your application, DiscoLog will take it and post as a new thread on this forum channel. And moreover, if this error happens again, DiscoLog will fingerprint it, and if it already exists on the channel, it will attach it as a new comment. So it will not create a new thread, it will update an existing thread. And from here, you have a lot of properties of an error tracking solution. So for example, well, obviously you have the error message, stack trace, stuff like that. You also have number of comments, which is pretty much number of errors that your application generated. You also have first seen, so like time posted for the thread. You can sort stuff, you can filter stuff, you can assign tags, you can search, of course. You can emoji react if you want. It doesn't have any technical meaning, but you can do this. Yeah, and when you resolve stuff, you can just resolve the thread or delete the thread. And if it happens again, you'll see it again. Yeah. And one more thing, Discord, of course, tracks which threads you've seen and which you have not. So if there is a new error, you will see it as a highlighted thread on this forum. So this is like a very low effort but very usable error tracking solution right in your Discord. What else? So that was kind of the core feature that you can expect, the meat of the library, but it's not all. There's also presence, a feature that I personally coded, so I love it dearly. Presence is, so if you want, you can configure DiscoLog to create a stateful WebSocket connection to the Discord Gateway API. And what it will do, it will allow your bot to show as an online user on your server and with a like serious status message. Like for me, that's kind of good enough to enable it right away. I just love seeing my bots online with me. But as a more like pragmatic take, this can work as a very, very like basic monitoring solution. So if you open your server and you see your bot is online, it means that at the very least, your app is healthy enough that it can maintain, like its supervision tree is healthy and it can maintain a WebSocket connection. So it's probably running, right? So if it crashed, it would be offline. And it did crash right like for me at least once. So I discovered that my app is down because like there was no bottom line. And after that, I had to check logs in Discord, of course. So yeah, that's presence. Presence is nice. Another feature that is not a feature at all, but I like to think about it as a feature, is the overall design of DiscoLog. So we tried to make DiscoLog composable and, like, in general, a good citizen to the Elixir logging stack. So a lot of the moving parts of DiscoLog you can use on their own. Like, for example, if you can disable like the root application for DiscoLog, you can attach its logger handler independently. You can write a logger filter on top of it. If you don't want to have any logging at all and you only want to use presence, you can just add the presence gen server to your supervision tree. It will work just fine. It was my personal goal to make DiscoLog the most over-engineered logging library for hobby-grade projects, and I think like I nailed it. It's great. Check it out. A consequence of the previous feature, not feature, is that DiscoLog allows for a lot of ad hoc usage. So in the end, it's a very thin client for Discord. So if you want to just send arbitrary messages to your Discord server, you absolutely can. In my example, I have an app that scrapes data every day. So every evening, more or less, an outbound job run by cron, it finishes, it scrapes some data, and I configure it to just post a message on a special channel, just telling me that the job succeeded. This is how many profiles we scraped, and it's just a nice thing to have. Like, the numbers go up, the application is running, stuff is working, like Oban is doing his job, it's great. Another example is I had this idea that like every day when we scrape new data, we're gonna like take all these adventures, in my case, that we scraped, I'm gonna feed it to the AI and ask it to choose the most interesting adventure of the day and maybe write like a draft of a tweet. And then this tweet will be posted to my like server on the tweet suggestions channel, and I will like review it and never post, because apparently AI is very bad at generating tweets. But still, it was very fun to see it trying every day to come up with something meaningful and failing every time. Just a nice feature to have. So this is almost like, this is the whole feature set basically. Just to sum up kind of the overall impression I personally have towards DiscoLog, I love it because it allows me to create my own server on Discord with all my apps online with me, sending me logs, sending me messages. It's just a cozy feeling of having your like own place. Yeah, I love it. And if I were like to plan ahead, like what can be the next steps for the library, because it's already doing its job, it's sending the logs, I would say that it would be cool to do a bi-directional communication. So right now the logs flow that just one way, they go to me. But what if I could like post something on the channel and tell the app that, hey, can you reboot? Or can you run this outbound job for me? Or maybe just drop an Elixir script and it will be executed. I mean, the server is private, it's mine. There is nobody else here, so it's secure. So yeah, maybe it can be used as an interactive shell. I don't know, but yeah, I think it's a very cool library. It's good. It's a good case for hobby projects. So if you have one, maybe give it a try. Again, this is repo. Give it a star. Maybe download it on Hex, because we're gonna reach this 1,000. And yeah, if you have questions, yeah, go ahead. Who needs mic? Okay, because we have no questions, so I'm gonna add. Let's talk about when not to use DiscoLog. Please don't use it at work. Don't send your all work application logs to Discord. Like, they're gonna ban us or something like this. Okay, thank you.